Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to some Monster Train 2 warm-up runs. Well, one warm-up run. Still liking the game. I might want to, like, I don't know, play less of it. I mean, I'm still gonna be playing this game for like the next year, considering there's an absolutely infinite amount of victories for the Titans that we actually have to make here. It's gonna be a forever game. I'll take a capricious reflection. Last time we took this, it was beautiful. We don't have the capability really this time of making it truly pop, since we don't have any good heart cage. But you know, it'll still upgrade some of the cards that we get in the game. And then I think I might go rejuvenate sentient. I've been taking cultivation occasionally and not really enjoying. Well, it's not that I don't enjoy the benefits of it. It's just it is kind of slow. But if we can build up a bunch of rejuvenation, that's a lot of damage, especially as we play restores and it does 120 damage each. We can get some good kills with that. Let's take explosive. It's been a while. Maybe we can get like a double stack healing spell for like the rejuvenate healing spells, and then we can have an explosive sentient that can really tank up and murder tons of bosses and whatnot. I don't know, let's figure it out here. At the very least, okay, we're not gonna explode on this turn. I also want to have rage down here where we're playing our spells. But we're not gonna be able to kill this guy. He had 5 HP as he moved up. I hate you. No, hold on. Titan's Gratitude, Frozen Lance. I know we're not putting out regen, but we are getting the money. That's more important. And now, explode. Kill you. We don't have that much health down here, but there we go. That's so much damage. And we have 64 damage on our Siren. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Shinigami says, I don't have any suggestions on the top of my head for games for you to play, but 2D roguelites are fun to watch and is a recipe for success. I would also like, I think, to find like another new 2D roguelite. That's why I've been playing a lot of demos lately, finding new games to play. Sometimes it's hit or miss. So a sharpen intrinsic, I actually like, because we can put that on the champion and then start killing weak support minions who hit the champion and then die immediately. I rather like that. Then maybe we don't need a sweeper, we just need health on the champion. We already have 2 Titans Gratitudes. I think I'll take an offering token. On holdover, that'll allow us to discard trash and incant for bonuses with the Siren. I think that'll be a nice benefit. Endless, quick, incant armor, plus 20 health. So dualism is pretty meaningless here, but we can still give the Shattered Shell quickness and then put him behind the champion, and that saves a lot of damage. So I think that's what we're gonna do. It's not perfect, but you know, it is what it is. Let's give the Siren a little bit of incant armor gain as well. And then maybe we'll try to save for a multi-strike later. I think that's okay. Should enable us to have a little bit more power. And I think what we'll do is just put the Shattered Shell maybe behind a Train Steward, and then the Sentient Nameless Siren can kind of start building up a middle floor. And because we're quick, we don't have to worry about the sharpen anymore. So a little bit not that meaningful there. You know, I could buff you, but I think I could buff you. Like, this is all just about killing the weaker minions. We need more damage up here. So let's get more damage up here. Let's build up our Mass Siren. Get rid of the Vengeful Shard. I love being able to get that out for free. Titan's Gratitude will discard the garbage. You know, an Ascend or a Descend, something like that would actually be really nice to have here. We could put the Shattered Shell on the floor behind the Sentient and just have him out there. Keep a little Restore going. And honestly, I think you just play your spells. You just want to build up the damage on the Siren. Man, a multi-strike would go hard here. Be careful you don't kill her. 38 armor, 152 damage. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And right now our explosiveness is only doing 30 damage. At the highest level of this champion, it is doing 120. So if we can get there, beautiful. Spell Chain, Steel Enhancer, +4/+4. I mean, it is 2 spells for free, so I do like it. Regen is something that I would like, but I don't think we need it intrinsic, and we can probably add it later. Steel Enhancer just has a better spell upgrade. A multi-strike Cuddle Hex? That's weird. We don't need a Spell Chain Helical. We don't really need Conduit, although better heals would be nice, but hopefully we just find better heals. It's a Restore for 4. I always think of it as being a 2, but it's actually 4 health. But no, I think here we want Cuddle Hex. It's not great, but it is a free unit with multi-strike, and it's a really good target for Steel Enhancer. It fits behind the Siren. It's not bad. It's not bad. Could be better, but not bad. Could go for Merchant of Steel. We would be looking pretty much exclusively for maybe health on Cuddle Hex and then multi-strike on the Siren. Could go for a Merchant of Arms and try to find some good equipment. That actually might be the play. Equipment, maybe a room. An Awoken unit might be nice, but let's go for the Merchant of Arms. Normally I go for the left path. Let's go right path. Void Armament. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think we want Glass Cannon, though. Glass Cannon on Cuddle Hex, on the Nameless Siren, the Nameless Siren already gets armor, so they're not going to really die when they hit enemies, and the Glass Cannon damage is really strong. The problem is, we want multi-strike on the Nameless Siren, but we could just put it on Cuddle Hex anyways. Do we also want Void Armament, multi-strike 1, Extinguish Purge? I mean, if we can play it, maybe we want a Steward's Quarter. Multi-strike 1 and +20 attack on Train Stewards? I don't think I want the Void Armament. Meat Shield is something that I want, and Fight Club is also pretty good. +15 attack, I mean, putting that on the floor with the multi-strikers like Cuddle Hex is nice. Yeah, it's okay. We've got a lot of cards that we are adding to this deck, though. Good lord. It's Richard Garfield's event. Well, you know, putting some Train Stewards in the Train Steward floor is actually not a bad idea. If we put a Spear Steward, and a Shield Steward in the box, then we can play them all on one floor and then just get the multi-strike out. It's not bad. Pyre Hunter. Right, also damage shield and melee weakness. Well, we have a quick sweeper, so maybe that won't be that bad, although they don't have a lot of health. So, we want... we can't quite fit the Shield Steward and the Jack-in-the-Box and the Shattered Shell. Maybe you want the Jack-in-the-Box behind the Sentient? Like, what if you do this? And then what if we put the multi-strike on that middle floor? Now, that could work. Cuddle Hex might prevent Archeon from going up here, although if he does, we will absolutely lose this unit because I have nothing else in the deck. Unless we draw enough Steel Enhancers, but that's probably not going to happen. I will just sharpen. Give you a small attack. Go down, go down. Damn you! You murdered my Cuddle Hex. You're gonna hit the Pyre for 5. How dare you? So Meat Shield gives us free damage every single turn off of the Rejuvenate. I love it. Do some more damage. We're not doing anything else with our turn. I guess kill you. Boring. And as soon as we draw the room, we now have a lot more damage on this floor. Now the stewards are not gonna have that much health, so it's gonna be hard to keep them alive, but you have to admit that the damage on the floor is pretty nice. Shattered Shell's gonna die in a couple of turns. Again, I'm not that concerned. And then honestly, with these multi-strikes, I guess you wanna Steel Enhance those units. We're gonna take a lot of Pyre damage here, because as soon as the Shattered Shell dies, he's gonna move up and then down. He didn't prioritize the empty room. I thought he would, but that's okay. Fight Club really has no reason to be played. But we're doing 200 damage to the boss. It's gonna be an easy time killing the boss at least. You hope. But again, he is gonna hit the Pyre. Absolutely. The North says, "What are you doing, Richard Garfield?" I find it so funny that that's just, I find it so frequently. I only ever find that event, don't I? Okay, we need, the thing is, I wish I could still upgrade the units in the box. That's probably part of the reason why they don't let you. But I do wish I could still upgrade units from the box, because now we're gonna have just garbage minions come out of the box and then die when we end up fighting Seraph. Seraph is gonna be a really hard fight. Cycle of Life, perhaps the extra health gain there can help us keep people alive. Oh, but Deep Offering, not consume already? Oh my god. Well, what are we looking for on Deep Offering? Well, infinite spell plays, I guess. Oh, it's so tempting. It's so tempting. I think Cycle of Life is the better card. It's holdover and expensive, so we would probably need an energy relic. A 1-cost adaptive mutation. I don't think we need that. Although, if we turn the rage into HP, Nameless Sirens are gonna have a lot of HP. I think you gotta take a Deep Offering, man. It's too good. Dude, an endless Titan Sentry is real damn good. On Revenge, Frostbite, endless tank, dump it behind the Shattered Shell. Like I think we have enough multi-strike damage. I think we need another tank, and I think we do need energy. Well, nothing we have is that expensive. Maybe draw, maybe capacity, maybe draw, maybe draw. I'll go draw. I do want to play a lot of cheap spells if we can start upgrading those spells or get relics that make things cheaper. Merchant of Magic, making Deep Offering 0 cost would be incredible. No other spells are really warranting of an upgrade. Maybe a holdover on Steel Enhancer. There's a couple we could look for. Duplication, I mean, depending on what we upgrade, we could duplicate some really good stuff. I think I might go for that path and just look for one good spell. Like, this is not what we want. That is what we want. A free deep offering. Don't care. Don't care. Holdover Steel Enhancer is also something that's really good, but let's make a free deep offering, duplicate it, and start getting those in the deck. Rejuvenate 60. I will take you. So now, if we thin out the deck enough, we can get to a point where... This piece of garbage. We can get to a point where we are playing infinite spells if we have enough of those in the deck. It's hard, but that would be ideal. Titan Sentry comes out to block for the Shattered Shell. I think we're gonna do the same thing here with the Nameless Siren in the box. Meat Shield on our champion is beautiful. We don't need it on the Titan Sentry because he is just going to be endless anyways. We could Fight Club down here, start doing more damage. We want to Train Steward this floor. We do have to do a lot of damage by the time you move up. That's a little problematic. What if we... I think we're going to take the 1 damage. I think we're going to... I think we're going to play Fight Club. Right now it's 30 damage. That's not bad. Just to wound these enemies a little bit. You suck, but there's not much I can do about that. Could Cuddle X. Not a bad reason to play it here, but I'm gonna play it up here just as like a last-ditch effort to kill the enemies that move up. Get some more regen happening. I love that armor. Like, that heal 10 every turn armor is one of my favorite things in this game. All right, everything's dead. We do not have to incant, but if we do, we actually kill that unit in 1 spell, which means we don't even get sapped. That's beautiful. I love that. Should not have drawn a second deep offering, but, you know, whatever. I guess let's see what we draw. I think I'll just dump the shard. Okay, we've got a lot of damage up there now, and the sweep, along with the Titan Sentry Shark, they deal with the bottom floor, keep the weak enemies from adding garbage to my deck. So, buff, heal, heal. We might need energy. What I would love is that relic that makes your starting cards cost 1 less. That would be phenomenal. I would like to play Razor Sharp. I would like to play Steel Enhancer. I would like to discard my hand. And I guess I will get rid of 1 Vengeful Shard. We need to make those Blights cheaper as well. So there's a lot that we need to work on. There's a lot that we need to work on. Heal. Everything is corrupted, so we're gonna start taking a little bit of damage before he moves up, but we have a lot of damage in the Siren at the very least. We're gonna keep playing spells. Steel Enhancer's a really good get here as well. Let's try to just keep, like, 1 Shield Steward alive. Now, we've got to be careful about this man, because if we incant, he will corrupt us more, so we are probably not going to be playing any spells. But we do 200 damage with the Siren. I think we'll be okay. We'll play Glass Cannon. I'm glad that was frozen. That's something that we can play if we need to. Doesn't look like we need to. End turn. Excellent. Scott Penguin, welcome to the stream. Larry DeHooster, hello as well. This is a reference to Garfield, who was just lazy. Lazy with the box. Pyre Grow does not consume. We can gain energy. Edge Prior is Valor. Wildwood Custodian is Valor. Meh. Holdover Sap, I think, is good enough. It's going to be hard to play this with other, like, discards like Deep Offering, but Sap is really nice. Especially dealing with melee weakness. To have a little bit of Sap there could help us out a lot. So Alcove, we might be able to duplicate Deep Offering 5 times, but we definitely can by going left, and maybe we can upgrade our existing spells. So a -1 energy drain I like. We can make it intrinsic, but that's not necessary. We'll just make it free. Cheap upgrade on the restore is fine. We don't need healing. Nah, we don't need permafrost. I don't think. Nah, we don't. Remove consume and -2 gain consume. Damn, it's not really anything there that I'm looking for, is there? Sharpen can be free, Titan's Gratitude free. I guess we could get magic power and then not consume on like a good restore. Unnecessary. Permanently remove consume, -2 gain consume. We could make like an expensive but free Razor Sharp. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Then if we draw a discard through the deck a lot, we at least have something that we can do to do damage by buffing the damage of our existing units. Now, there's a limit to how many times we can play it, but we also get Steel Enhancer on the shuffle. So there is a reason to do that, and I guess there is a reason to, you know, buff another card to be free, like a Restore, even, or Razor Sharp. Steel Enhancer could be intrinsic, Sharpen could be playable every time it comes around. Let's buff a Restore to be free. And we'll consume another Restore. So we're spending a lot of money, but that's okay. Equipped units gain armor, randomized with volatile gauge. That's not the run we're looking for. Although we can probably draw a lot of Deep Offerings, which could have let us discard even more through the deck. It is -2 on the cost, so a Deep Offering is likely to be 0 or 1. That's very tempting. We've made a couple of cards cheap, but our deck is mostly cheap anyways. We don't have expensive cards. The extra draw is nice, but unnecessary. I'll just take the armor on equip. We'll dupe another Deep Offering. Should be good enough. Now what we need to do is remove a lot of cards. Penitent Prayer Stone on each floor, spikes 4. You will gain armor. Where are you? You will gain armor. You won't, but I can just heal you. This should be fine. Scott Penguin says, I had a nice run with Melting, and Lazarus had a double multi-quick duplicated Paraffin Thug and a Mirror Room. I restarted the run instead of the fight. Well, you know what? If you kept the same seed, yeah, well, if you abandoned run, it probably wouldn't keep the same seed, so I guess rip. What have we learned? Okay, we want the box. We probably want the box here behind the best tank. And then a Shield Steward on the top to kill the Collector. The Penitent Prayer Stones will be annoying, although the Fight Club really helps limit the length of time this thing lives. So I think you want a Fight Club bottom. You're taking 49. Then we want to start buffing here. You're gonna die, I don't care. Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, Restore definitely kills the Prayer Stone. So maybe let's, let's give you a Steel Enhance. Now this thing is dead next turn. And then we'll buff up here. That was fine. This is acceptable. That's not too bad at all. So we have Cuddle Hex and Glass Cannon. This is kind of what we were hoping for, but we have to get rid of the Spiker. Unless we just want to Glass Cannon this guy, which will give him armor, which means that he lives. Hey, wait a minute. What if we just do that down here? Like, we just get you out, you do a lot more damage. You're killing, like, most of the floor, which is nice. Perfect. I like that, I like that. Hey, Chris, welcome. Ad for Taco Bell as I eat my Taco Bell, such synergy. You've got your you know, targeted ads turned on, what can I say? You die, that's okay. You don't need the help. We can deep offering, or sorry, offering token, because the deep offering is basically guaranteed to draw a deep offering, which is the synergy that we exactly wanted. Start building up whatever regen we can. We need a better way of getting regen. That is clear. Discard a card at random. I wish it wasn't random. Wish it wasn't random. We need the health. We can discard. We can buff. Discard. Discard. And now we might as well sap someone, although I don't really want to sap down here. You know, I'll sap the box. And Mud, how you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. I know he's having a good day, he's here. Well, I guess to stop the corruption, we might as well drain you. But first, let's play some other better spells. And then heal you, and then sharpen you, and then drain you. That poor train steward on the top floor. I have no idea how effective this run is gonna be right now. I don't have a payoff for the discarding. The discarding is really just for incanting, but I only have one unit that incants. But we are making something happen. It's slow, but we are making something happen. We have a lot of damage with the multi-strikers, even though we can't really upgrade them. You know, we might be able to make a run happen still. So I want to play Sharpen and Drain. Dun, 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 dun. So you are going to reincarnate, but that is completely acceptable. I have enough damage to wipe you. And you know what? You're taking a lot of damage down there. 400 damage, that is good enough. The Frostbite will eat away your stacks. The many multi-strikes we have will eat away your stacks. I think we still need like way more damage. I just don't know where we're gonna be getting it from at this point. Engraft, restore health, gain 1 energy. Engraft could be the perfect synergy to gain energy off of the draw. Okay, I like that. And I love Unnamed Tome. Like that is incredible. We don't want Frenzied Swarm. We don't want to discard the hand, even though it is double stack. I think we want the Tome. And then we just want to really thin out this deck to the point where it's just Deep Offerings again and go from there. A Merchant of Steel would be nice. Titan Sentry could be stronger. Nameless Siren needs multi-strike. And we have this Cuddle Hex, which is a little bit of extra damage as well. But I really want to remove cards and look for better relics, I think. Heal the champion every turn is lovely, and extra energy and draw is lovely. But we could get a better relic than this one if we re-roll. Titan's Claws, I don't think we need to make frozen cards free. Our frozen cards are already cheap. Frozen Lances can go. Try to thin out the deck as much as possible. We have a 36 card flicking deck here. Draw 1 and gain 1 energy. I will take it. It is good enough. Let's purge. But we're fighting the boss, which means we're not gonna get a lot of money. Let's not purge. I'd rather have money for the next shop. Damage shield and spell shield 1. It's not that bad. I will put my sweepers at the bottom, just like I have been doing. I mean, we basically know how we're gonna be playing this one. That Siren is actually kind of tanky when she gets going. And in Graft, again, that's the ideal play if we can make it free, with offering token to gain energy as we play cards. It's gonna be hard to set up right now, but it will be set up. We should have maybe buffed Shattered Shell. We need to do damage to these 60 damage cherubs. I'm actually just gonna restart that. We need to buff the bottom floor first, weirdly enough. Maybe it's not so weird, but it still has to happen. Still not getting the kill, but that will change. Boing. Okay, we want a meat shield. Stewar's quarters. Starting to do a lot of damage. We could mute you for 10 turns. Why not? Okay, you're dying on this floor. Thank you. You discarded the wrong card game. This poor man. I mean, we can play everything. We can dump a Calcified Ember and still have the energy to Deep Offering, which gave us energy back, which means we could set up a Glass Cannon down here. You know, a Glass Cannon on the Sweeper is probably good enough. It's a tough call, but I think you do it just because it will kill the cherubs at this point. Although this will do it too. Maybe we do that instead. Start buffing you guys a little bit more. We need, you know, we don't need more regen on the champion. It would be nice, but they do heal every turn, and then also they heal twice because they have the meat shield. So they are always gonna be at full health, strangely. Okay, the sniper in the back is not dead. Not a fan of that. I hate drawing a Deep Offering off of that. That's terrible. Let's buff. I guess you're kind of a tank right now. And Graft is free. Could drain you. It's not gonna do too much, but I guess what else am I gonna do on this turn? We're not really relying on the Frostbite for the sweeping effect. It's more, that was a good tank for Endless. So I liked it being out there. See, I never draw it when I don't have one in hand. Well, granted, there wasn't one in the draw pile, but, you know, don't remind me. Sharpen is a 1. Well, we can probably Fight Club. That gets a lot more damage on the Cuddle Hex. Regen is always a nice one to have out there. Glass Cannon, we might as well play in the back. Ah, damn Calcified Ember. I can't play it. I can't play it. I can't get rid of it. I'm forgetting that without the mute, the boss is applying damage shield, so I'm very glad that we are muting that ability. Shattered Shell's dying. 6, 6, 15. Yep. There you go. Now you're living. Doesn't take much to keep that unit going. I guess we'll just sap the box. I love Peglin. Hey, if you wanted to hear it, I'll say it. Keep the regens happening. How many deep offerings do we have? 2. So I'm not gonna play offering token. I wanna draw another deep offering. Hey, we did. Can't play the calcified ember yet, but that's okay. Not incredibly tanky, but 66 armor is not that bad at all. We're gonna take 1 damage here because I can't dump the Vengeful Shard. We are close to having, not quite an infinite run because we can't actually guarantee that we're drawing all the deep offerings, but if we can thin out the deck enough, we have some good 0 cost cards that we can put out there. We just need a little bit more. All right, you will die. You know what? Dump Vengeful Shard. Pay for the Calcified Ember. Excellent. I'm loving the champion as a tank though right now because it doesn't matter if we don't give her any regen or healing. The crown will keep her alive forever. Hold over heal to full. Also really good. A cheap deep offering is nice. A spreading spores is not what we need because we don't want to fill the deck with this. As fun of a card as it could be, eventually we won't draw any deep offerings. But a 1 cost, we can make it free, heal to full every turn. That's acceptable. And then we'll go, I think, energy. Draw would be nice, but once you play the deep offerings, you can't. It only draws 5, it doesn't draw more. But maybe the deck is cheap enough that we're okay just taking more draw to get to the deep offerings each turn. This is a tough one because I could see either. We get to engraft, we don't need the extra draw after we draw engraft, but I'm gonna take the draw, I am. I feel like we got something here. We just need more duplication and card removal, which we can get, kind of. Okay, multi-strike is something that we really, really needed, and I'm glad we picked it up. 1 pip doesn't really fit on anyone except the Shield Steward, and even then it's a minor upgrade. This is probably just a reroll and hope that you get something nice. And I think we did. Armor on Cuddle Hex keeps them alive. They're gonna be on the floor. We can put them on the floor with the Siren, maybe. Probably not, though. Titanite on the Titan Sentry seems good enough. You know, Cuddle Hex is going behind Shattered Shell because we're trying to make a big multi-strike floor behind the Siren, right? So let's just give Cuddle Hex 23 HP. No one will get the armor. We could endless the box, that's not important. And then we'll dupe another deep offering, because this is just what we want in the deck. Now we really do need a Merchant of Magic. There is one coming up with removal and a duplicator. Dude, this run, it's looking mighty interesting, isn't it? I'm gonna spend to remove, because we're probably going to take the trial. And I just want to get rid of all the Frozen Lances. They are useless. What an interesting build we've got here. Now, Prayer Stone, Spike 6. Frick. Only 200 HP? Dude, we can do this. We have to change how we play a little bit, but this is actually totally feasible. Sentient, Shattered Shell, Sentry, Siren. We'll just play our garbage spells up here. And then, do you put the box at the bottom and still put the Train Steward down? You could. Yeah, I mean, you totally could. Because you're going to be playing your spells down here anyways, so you want to have access to do something with the spells. And then Shield Steward can just go up there. Shield Steward's going to die, but I don't care about him anyways. Yeah, this'll work. This'll work. So Engraft is free, and then Restore is free, and then if we restore, and then restore, this guy is basically dead. We can discard a card. And then Deep Offering. Let's see what we draw. Steward's Quarters is what I wanted. And with the extra capacity, this is a really good turn, strangely enough, for the Cuddle Hex as well. We can save the Mute Book. Well, you're dying? Well, that's okay. We want to be playing spells up here too. I'm playing probably too many spells down here. It's Fight Club, Deep Offering, Steel Enhancer. Now you're living, you're not quite dead. Let's, maybe, well, this doesn't change your damage. Live an extra turn longer, play a Deep Offering, dump a Vengeful Shard. You're probably gonna die next turn and you won't die. Beautiful. You're dead. Thank you, Explosive Sentient. We drew all of our restores early. Okay, yeah. Just make sure you play your draw discards up here. So Meat Shield is another 10 health at the end of the turn, doing another 120 damage. Engraft is more damage. Everything down here is dying already. That's insane. I think you're just Deep Offering. I don't think you need to play anything. We drew 2 Deep Offerings, which is not ideal, but it's okay. Let's buff our little dude at the back. What are we drawing? Deep Offering, Glass Cannon. I'll play a Restore and a Deep Offering. This is an Energy Refund, but we have a Deep Offering. And we can play Equipment. Okay. So, play the Razor Sharp. Play the Deep Offering. Play that. Oh, shit. Well, it didn't matter. Well, we could have Deep Offering did anyway, so it did matter. Glass Cannon. Free Restore. Draw Discard. Which, right, we should be incanting up here. That's a problem. But that went well. This is very interesting of a build that we have here. So we want to buff. We want to buff you, but we also want to buff down here. Especially if we're going to be dealing with big spikes. So I think we need to make sure our units have like a decent amount of health. But if we get Unnamed Tome on the boss, I think we can stop all of their shenanigans, which is nice. It's looking like you might make it up, which is very unfortunate for me. Nope, you're dead. Okay, we got a free Restore and a free Razor Sharp, which maybe we should play more on the middle floor as a backup for the boss. Shinigami says, hey, have you thought about trying the RoboCop game 90% off on Steam? Really? I have not tried to think about playing the RoboCop game, but if it's 90% off on Steam, well, now there's no excuse, right? Thank you, Deep Offering. We got a decent amount of rage up here. I'm liking that. Again, I think she's just gonna be the backup. In case everything goes wrong on the bottom floor, they can kill the boss. But I want these units to have a little bit more HP too. So we can play 2 cards. We will play a Sharpen. And no one's taking damage. So we'll play Titan's Gratitude. Keep buffing the rage and the armor. Okay, lot of units. A lot of units living. Give me a draw discard. A restore. Everything's dying. Give me a draw discard. Like, we can go through the deck pretty quickly, can't we? Ah, rip. Let's give you some more HP, another stack of regen, and just get more. Oh! Right, it doesn't take max health, it takes current health. I forgot, because it has been a while since I played Monster Train 1. It used to work one way, they changed it to be another way, and then I wasn't paying attention to the health of the Siren. Okay. You can't play a Razor Sharp on her when she is 6 out of 10. Well, you can, you just can't do more than that. Alright, well... Alright, we're done with her now. Until we buff her health, we can't play any more spells up there. Oh, well, that was funny. That was a good one. So let's Steel Enhance you, so I don't forget next time. All right, you do have 44 armor, though. Still a lot of HP down here on these guys. But they're all dead. That happened very quickly. I wish with Drain you could target a card. That'd probably make it too strong though, wouldn't it? The North says, man, you can get OP in Hades too. I think between Death Defiances I had more HP than the final boss. Man, I cannot wait for that game to come out one day. And then to play a whole bunch of it. That's my plan. I'm waiting for it to come out of early access, and then I'm gonna dump millions of hours into it. Oh, you're not the Spike lady. You're a normal-ish kind of dude. You're not a problem. I can certainly kill you. Well, these don't matter, but they are in cants, which means you might as well play them up here. Steel. You know, maybe purging a damage shield or something would be nice. There you go, he's dead. That's why I like having that sap. It's gonna be hard to play the sap card with the Deep Offerings, but if we ever draw 2 Deep Offerings and sap, then we can do it. I still think this is not a very powerful run, but it's going to be very reliant on the spells that we draw, which is why I really need this money and to go to the shop. And I think another Engraft kind of fits. I don't think we need an Ensnare. We don't need a Focused Growth. We have one, but this one would be free, and we're going to be removing a lot of cards from the deck. I think you'd I don't think you need it though. We want to remove a bunch of things to make the deck cheaper to cycle through. And make another Deep Offering on copy. I still think you take it. Offering Spell Chain, apply sap to enemy units. Could be a target for Deep Offering. That's a lot of sap. Unencant, apply Armor 1 on the Guardian Stone. It's hard to play that. Melee weakness is so frustrating. Let's take the Guardian's Amulet. I'm curious how Spell Chain works with the discard mechanics. But it's a good target for Deep Offering, and now we have something to do with that damn spell. These are both good, but we need to focus on spells first. I don't want to consume it. We don't have anything really to make that cheap. Although, you know, a sap 4, if we can hit the discard I like. A better engraft is acceptable. This is what we were looking for. Infinite muting is really funny. -1 in intrinsic. I mean, we need to make things cheaper. We're gonna be buying both of these, which means we're not really gonna be spending that much money on relics, but that's okay. I think an engraft can be cheaper. I think a restore could be cheap. Well, if you're gonna play a restore, why not play an unleash, right? Well, because you can stack up regen. We don't really need to stack up a regen though, and we have a free restore. Like one free unleash I think is fine, and then maybe we'll just purge. A vine grasp we don't really care about. We need to dump. Hate to say it, but I think Titan's Gratitudes can probably be dumped. Deck is still awful thick. I will agree to that. But we can dump a restore and make one additional restore consume. Okay. Excuse me, oh, sneezing. Ugh. Have you seen the game called Keep Driving? Seems interesting. I have not seen Keep Driving. You know what, let's do a quick... Excuse me, man. Just, a lot of coughing. Oh, Keep Driving, I have seen the demo of that one. I think, like a year ago on a previous Next Fest or something. You're not wrong. RoboCop has a demo, and it's 90% off for the next 4 days. Makes you wonder why, right? Okay, I want to do this. I want to do the same build we did last time. The mouse scroll just didn't work. Hold on. The Shield Steward's gonna eat the Seraph hit. Really need to keep the Shattered Shell alive, which is going to be hard with the sweepers, but we got to do it. Yeah, you're the problem. So the real question is, can we hit you enough? Can we hit you hard enough to kill you? Let's engraft for free, engraft for free, free restore. We need to buff your damage heavily. You know, Guardian's Amulet, Sap 4 will mean you don't even do any damage, so maybe we don't need to worry about this. But I would like to still kill you so you can't come up here and sweep, so maybe we should still focus. So we get a second one in hand that will also be playable. That's so cool. Fight Club kills you. Perfect. Then we Deep Offering again. Maybe after we Razor Sharp up here. And then I think we could sap the boss, but honestly, sapping this floor? No, you're hitting me for 1, which purges melee weakness. That's perfect. Let's sap the boss for 4. Which saves us a lot of hassle. And then we could Glass Cannon the Nameless Siren. She is gonna have a lot of armor and not a lot of HP. I kinda like that. We have 2 Deep Offerings. Also, we have endless Unnamed Tones, which mute. Triggers and abilities. Is enchant an ability? Because enchant silence. Sorry, silence will remove enchant. Does mute remove enchant? Let's find out. I don't know if it does. You know, I don't think we need the Sentient to explode. We could just Meat Shield down here, but if he ever dies, we can just replay him. It's not a huge problem. But you heal every turn and we draw enough spells. I think we Meat Shield down here, just keep him alive. And turns out we have a lot of sap in the deck too. Yeah, you don't mute, so trigger and ability works on enchant. Okay. So mute and silence will both remove enchant. Okay. I mean, it's confusing because it's confusing. What could I say? The system is rigged, man. Everything down here is pretty much dying. You're gonna be healing every turn, which means you're not really taking that much damage at all. Let's keep you muted for literally ever. This is gonna be so good on the Titans. Steel Enhancer is definitely playable. Consume anything that you can. It's Deep Offering. We do have another Deep Offering. How many we have 3 of them in the draw pile? I'll play an Offering Token, because it doesn't matter. Engraft is free energy right now. Restores damage. I mean, if we get good draw, it is possible that we could do infinite damage, but it's entirely draw dependent with Deep Offerings. If we ever don't draw one, we can't do anything. But I mean, so far this seems incredible. The boss can't do anything. We're gaining energy as we do this too, because we keep drawing cards that give us energy. We have a ton of incants, so we can buff the armor of the Nameless Siren and her rage at the same time. More energy, more damage, more damage. Might as well just keep it going up here. We did, you know, run out of Deep Offerings, but that's fine. We still did a lot. That was nice. And you can't give him rage, so like you can't even do it your ability. That is such a broken spell. Okay, 1 Deep Offering, I don't want to draw it. Instead, we'll play everything else in hand. You might as well drain. Might as well Deep Offering. Put some sap out there. Get energy. We might as well Deep Offering, get more sap out there. Could sap the bottom floor, but looks like there's no reason to. And unfortunately, it looks like we did run out of Deep Offerings pretty early on this turn. Big rip. All right, so final thoughts. It's gonna be hard to prevent the Pyre. No, we can prevent the Pyre damage from Savagery just by muting him. we can sap Dominion to not take Pyre damage. And if we sap all 3 floors of... Sorry, if we mute all 3 floors of... What's the other one's name? I can't remember. We can stop the garbage being added to our deck. So we have some options. Very interesting run. No one's really taking too much damage down there. Guaranteed deep offering means you don't offering token it, but you can drain. We will buff and buff and might as well buff because I think we're going to be drawing an energy card pretty soon. We didn't. That was actually a pretty poor draw there. How would you make Deep Offering go infinite? I think it's just not realistically feasible because you are absolutely beholden to the RNG giving you the draw that you need. If you don't get what you're looking for, you won't be able to play another Deep Offering. Really, you'd need just as many of them in the deck as possible to make it as likely as possible, and that's the only thing you can do. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just kind of making it clear. One Deep Offering, you don't offering token that one. Because you want to make sure you can draw it. Honestly, zap him. Why not? All right, we lost our turn here as well. Rip. At least our Siren is doing a lot of damage, 1,500 per turn. You know, we can kill the Titans with that damage. No Deep Offering, let's offering token that. This man is muted for 50 turns. Poor guy. I killed you with a razor sharp, poor guy. You're not going to give me a Deep Offering on that draw? We have 4 of them in the draw pile? Man, rip. I might as well sap you. I'm just gonna manually play it. You can kill 2 Titans with that damage, but we can sap the 3rd one, and they will never hit the Pyre. And we have the energy to play the, I'm sorry, did we get none Deep Offerings? Okay, we got 1. That was a horrible draw. But we can sap the one on the 3rd floor, so it'll never do any damage, so what do we care? And this floor is just kind of running on autopilot at this point. Our Siren's almost at 1,000 damage. We'll probably get there. Oh, hey, Deep Offering. Yep, as expected, no Deep Offering. I don't like him, says the Nor. You don't like the Titans? Which ones? You're dead. You're not even making it through this floor. I sapped you too much. I'm sorry. Just end turn. That was a lot of damage. You don't like Dominion? I generally haven't minded it lately. We even had that one run where I had 1 HP and I actually managed to survive for a decently long time against Dominion, hitting the Pyre every turn. I don't love it, but there's more play than I thought there was to get around it. Most of it is just daze, mute, sap, stuff like that, but You can also make it go faster by playing the spells that you get every turn. If you can't deal with it, you are basically forced to take like 30 damage. Which sucks, but I like the other ones a lot more. I suppose in general though, Dominion, what's the other one? I don't remember what the other one was called. Entropy. Dominion, who hits the Pyre, Savagery, who moves up every floor and then gets multi-strike. They are both heavily countered by Mute, Silence, Sap, anything like that. Entropy isn't affected by Daze, but he is affected by Mute, Silence, Sap. Well, you're not gonna mute all 3 floors in general. It does seem like Stygian, weirdly enough, is very strong here because they have access to Sap, Daze, and Mute, and Silence. So, weirdly enough, Stygian is the Titan's Bane. He is very well suited for dealing with the Titans, which is very strange. But if you have things like Sap, you're gonna have a good time against this fight. Sap is seemingly the way around it. Alright, you're just gonna come out and die. And to that end, I do kind of think that maybe the Sap is a little bit overpowered, admittedly. You know what? We could just Cuddle Hex this floor. We don't need to have Cuddle Hex down here. Then you're a little bit safe, a little safer. So get energy, get energy. Do a little bit more damage. Put out a Sharpen real quick, Deep Offering. We're probably not gonna draw another Deep Offering. We did, which is a big surprise. This guy's gonna die to Corruption at some point. I don't think you wanna Meat Shield him. I think you just wanna Meat Shield the champion, who will heal every turn, but the Meat Shield is still additional damage output. And then you can Mute. Mute. Fight Club. Razor Sharp, Deep Offering. We did get a Guardian's Amulet. We can also discard the Curse. But this is kind of the whole plan. Stop the Pyre damage up here. Why are we taking 4? Oh, yeah. Then you get the Glass Cannon. And the Razor Sharp. And we're slowly working down their abilities. We have a little bit of Corruption, but as soon as we mute you, you won't be applying any more Corruption. There you go. We've also now stopped Curse of Entropies from being added to the deck. That happened very fast. And we are almost going, not infinite, but we've almost like negated the fight already. Which is weird to think about. You're dying, which is totally acceptable. I can replay you and you won't be corrupted. Now it might have actually been a good idea to put the Meat Shield, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's draw and discard. I'm not gonna drain you. Wow! You're kidding me. All right, I guess that's what we're gonna play. Wow. Thanks, game. You either solve him or you tank through him. That's totally fine, though. I like that there are ways in which you can solve him. We don't do enough damage. Well, now it doesn't matter, because you're Sap. And now you do 50 damage, we don't have to worry about that guy in the future. We're not taking Pyre damage. We've already done a lot of damage to the Titans. They're not really making a lot of progress on me. Okay, you're muted for 3, 3, 2, 2. Easy enough. We can drain you. Keep the damage coming. Keep the damage coming. Guaranteed deep offering, don't play offering token. You've got to check your draw pile sometimes. And now we kind of whiffed on the draw. That's okay. Let's keep you sapped. Then I don't have to worry about you at all. Hey, Disp. How you doing, Disposable? What's going on today? All floors gain 5 damage. Don't care. No other encounters. Beautiful. So let's mute you. Let's mute. I'll draw the book within 2 turns. I believe. We got a deep offering, let's go. Big sap. Big sap. Very glad I took that sap card. It's actually starting to deal a lot of damage. You're taking 7. Nothing I can do about that one. We are killing savagery on this turn. Now we just have to wait for Dominion to slowly die. I don't need to keep you alive. Good deep offerings. We can probably draw the book. Get that consume out of my deck. I don't want to see it anymore. So we can do that. We can play it. So we'll mute you. You're muted for 1 turn. I guess if you add attack cards to the deck, I will take them at this point. Because we do need the ability to... I do need the ability to make the fight go a little bit faster. Certainly. I guess I could just play this. Take the 1 Pyre damage. Oh, but we're gonna gain energy if we play a... And we've only been playing spells. We don't have a 3rd card to play. 3rd card type. I guess we'll just play sap. Keep that man sapped up forever. It's funny to me that his loop is a trigger, so you can just mute that and then he doesn't loop anymore. I'm not saying I don't like it, I'm saying it's weird, but I like it. 19, 9 turns, 10 turns. I want you to start adding cards to my deck. So we will mute you, mute you. There's a deep offering, so I'm not gonna draw. Instead, I will drain. Deep offering. And honestly, I think what I should be doing is maybe buffing up this bottom floor a little bit more, so that we get more survivability down there. I mean, no one's doing any damage. Free draw, deep offering. Thank you very much, game. I guess we'll keep the sap going. So we're almost to the point where not only are the bosses completely muted, they're also completely sapped. Man, the Stygian discard meta against Titans is actually just so damn incredibly strong. Like, this is silly how well this is working. And we're still going. And we're still going. A couple of deep offerings in the draw pile. I don't really want an offering token and risk drawing one. Offering token may have been a bit of a bad grab here. I just want to say that they're all sapped. So now they're all sapped. Continuously muted. Oh, what a run. This is exactly how I wanted this to play out at the end. Again, the deck is still a little bit too thick to really make the infinity happen. But it is close, and we're doing a lot of damage. I can't hurt Dominion is the problem. I have to wait for just the spells and the Pyre damage to kill Dominion. But Dominion can't do any damage. They're sapped to hell. Let's play Razor Sharp first, then Sap. 11, 17, 12, 22. I don't know, now I'm just doing it to do it. Yeah, Firelight is what I need in hand. I should not have ever muted that top floor. We would be done by now if I hadn't. Especially early. I don't think you want to mute early because you want to make sure that, well, you will reduce the corruption gain, I suppose, which there's a benefit there. I will admit there's a benefit there. I guess we'll just keep on keeping on. I guess if we buff your damage enough, it's possible you could just one-tap everything before they even move up. Just mute here, because why not? I like putting the spikes on the Siren because they have so much HP. It's certainly unnecessary, but a part of me is also like, why not? Give me a deep offering. Let's do a double sap. And oh my god, we finally ran out of cards. Okay, at this point I should probably just pass turn a bunch until you die. I mean, I think I'm just gonna pass turn a bunch until I die. There's no way that you can do anything to me. The only thing you can do is literally just corrupt my units, but they are still gonna kick your ass. Oh, you thought you had any damage? Wait, are you dead? You are dead! End turn. That was a great Titan fight. And here I thought, oh man, I need a little bit more damage. And I did need damage, and we ended up getting a lot of damage through simply playing restores on the champion. But a lot of that was also how that Titan fight is constructed such that if you can handle the Titans, the enemies are not that problematic. It's not like, whenever I think about this fight, and I think about it quickly, I'm like, okay, it's floor 2, how are we gonna deal with the Titans? I'm always of the mindset of Divinity from Monster Train 1, where you had to deal with waves that had like 800 HP. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot because waves can have like 1200 HP now on fight number 7 in particular. But the Divinity fight was always an order of magnitude tankier. And that's not really the case here, because you have these bosses that move through the train. The actual waves of standard enemies, they're not that tanky. So if your run works up to that point, it'll kill the waves no problem. You just have to focus on the Titans for the most part. I kind of like that. You can tell just based off of the length of the text used to describe the Titans' abilities that they put so much time into designing the fight to be a little bit more fair than it ever was in the corresponding fight in Monster Train 1. I love it. Well, I like it. I still don't like that the Dominion can kill your Pyre if you enter the fight with 1 HP, but so be it. Overall, it's a massive improvement over what it was in MT1. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train 2.